When Europa was carried away by the bull, Cadmus's father told him and his brothers that they were not allowed to come back until they found her. Cadmus went straight to Delphi to the oracle of Apollo.
Do you know where my sister is?
Give up on that search. Instead, follow our heifer. You will see as you leave Delphi. Where she lays down, you shall find a city.
So Cadmus followed the heifer, and where she lay down he planned to build his city. First, he had to kill a dragon that was terrorizing the land. Completed this task, the great goddess Athena spoke to him, telling him to
use the teeth to sow the ground.
Who dat?
Use the teeth to sow the ground.
He did as he was told, and from the furrows sprang up battle-ready men, who fought each other until there were only 5 men left. These 5 men became Cadmus's helpers. With assistance from his wife Harmonia and the 5 helpers, Cadmus built the prosperous city of Thebes. Fortunately, Cadmus's children were not very lucky. Semele perished before Zeus in all his glory. Ino jumped into the sea with her dead son's body, and the gods made them into a god and goddess of the sea. Agave was driven mad by Dionysus and killed her own son. Atono's son accidentally came upon Artemis bathing in a pool, so she changed him into a deer, and he was killed by his own dogs. Cadmus and his wife Harmonia tried to escape all of their misfortune, but were turned into serpents by the gods when they reached Illyria, showing that not only the guilty suffer. One day, an oracle told King Laius of Thebes a great prophecy.
Your future son will kill you.
No.
He reacted promptly, leaving his newborn son atop a mountain to die, or so he thought. Oedipus, one of the most courageous and intellectual young men in ancient Greece, was off to find the Sphinx who was terrorizing Thebes, after an oracle said that he would kill his father.
Yo, fool! What creature goes on the 4 feet in the morning, on 2 at the noonday, and on 3 in the evening?
Man. In childhood he creeps on hands and feet. In manhood he walks erect. In old age he helps himself with a staff.
The Thebians, in their gratitude, voted Oedipus as king, and he married the late king's wife, Jocasta. As time passed, a plague fell upon the city, and Oedipus consulted Apollo.
What must be done to revive Thebes?
Well, the plague will be ended once King Laius' murder is punished for his crime.
However, upon searching and questioning, Oedipus came upon a realization.
Who's my daddy?
I'm your daddy.
Nah, just kidding. King Laius
Was your true father,
and it was
a servant of him,
who gave you to
your supposed father. And on your journey to Thebes,
you unknowingly
killed him.
Wait.
With this new knowledge so shocking, Jocasta killed herself, and Oedipus blinded himself. After learning that he murdered his father, Oedipus and his son both resigned from the throne, and his brother-in-law, Creon, took the throne. After many years, Creon and Oedipus's sons, Eteocles and Polynices, came to an agreement. They decided to banish Oedipus from Thebes. Oedipus left with his daughter Antigone after being banished from Thebes. His other daughter, Ismene, kept him informed of what was happening in Thebes. With their father gone, his 2 sons began fighting for the throne.
I deserve the throne.
No, I deserve the throne.
No, I deserve the throne.
No, I deserve it.
When Eteocles won, Polynices left to begin to build an army with the help of 6 chieftains. At the time, Oedipus had found a peaceful place to die, blessed by the gods and surrounded by his daughters. When the daughters came back to Thebes, they found their brothers fighting against each other. The prophet told Creon,
The only way for Thebes to be saved is if your son, Manosius, is killed.
Never.
Against his father's wishes, the youth committed suicide in battle.
No!
Soon after, the brothers killed each other in a 1-on-1 battle. The Thebans prevailed, killing all but one of the 7 against Thebes. Creon was again in control and declared,
Polynices and his 5 other champions are not to be buried, never to have their souls pass through the river that surrounds the kingdom of death.
Antigone, so far loyal to her dead father and family, decided she could not let her brother be punished in death. She buried him, and as punishment was killed bravely after saving her brother. After Antigone buried her brother, the 5 other dead chieftains still remained unburied. The only chieftain still alive, Adrastus, and the mothers of the men went to King Theseus of Athens for help. After they persuaded the Athenians to help them bury their dead, Athens threatened to conquer Thebes if Creon did not allow for the men's souls to find peace. When Creon refused, the Athenians captured Thebes. When the men were finally burned on the pyre with the ceremony, the mothers and wives were satisfied. For one wife of Audrey.
I must be with my husband. I will jump into the fire now.
However, the sons of these men were not as satisfied. As revenge, the sons of the 7 conquered Thebes 10 years later and burned it to the ground.
Noonday. And on 3 in the evening.
Man. Alright.
Like gangster, like man, fool is a man. He walks on 4 things on a childhood. He walks erectional,